Hi, and welcome. Let's have a quick chat today. I wanted to talk about our narrative, our story. And our narrative is what keeps going on in our head constantly, persistently, repeatably, and reliably. And it is what we tend to make out as the story of our life. That's what our narrative is, our story. And we think that our story is actually real because we're living it and we're experiencing it. But something very subtle is going on. And when we realize what is going on, we're able to see past the narrative. That's when we start to become free of it. For many people, the narrative is not a good experience. It's an experience of stuckness, unhappiness, sadness, loss, grief, stress, anxiety. Life is not going the way I want it to. And then we sit inside this narrative. What we've forgotten is that one, we're not the story itself, we're not the narrative itself. Secondly, what we've done with our minds is we've created a character that we've inserted into the story, and that character is who we refer to as us. That's who we think we are. So there's a story that we think is our life, and there's a character in that story that we think is us. But you see, what's happened here is that that's not really us, because we're able to sit and watch the story, and we're also able to sit and watch the character in the story. So when we start to realize that we're actually creating this, we're not the poor little person, that poor little me who's stuck in the story experiencing the sadness and the grief. We are the creator of that character. We are the creator of that story. And we sit outside of it. Now, when we can become aware of and clearly see that, suddenly we get an immense amount of power, an immense amount of responsibility, and the ability to change our story, to change our character. Because when we change it in here, then it starts to reflect in changes out there in life. The only way to make those changes is to get out of being that poor little character, that poor little me, which involves essentially one, noticing that we are the creator and starting to own that, and two, noticing that that story is not real. So that way we're able to step out of it and recreate it to be what we want. Unless we do this, we're always stuck in that story. And for many people, as I said, that story is negative. Poor me. You'll see a lot of victim mentality. You'll see a lot of suffering in that. So my question to you today, are you sure you're that poor little me, that poor little victim who's stuck in the story? Are you sure that's really you? Because you're happy for you to keep playing that role the rest of your life. But if you really want to make a change and step into the you that you really are and start to recognize the you that you really are, that's when your life begins. And that's my invitation to you. Are you really that poor little me? Or are you that powerful being who's creating that poor little me? Thanks very much. Until next time, have a good day.